Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another episode, folks. As you can see, we are back in World of Warcraft. Before I do get into this episode, I just would like to take some time to thank everybody who has chosen to click on this video and spend their time with me. I really do appreciate that. And in this episode, hopefully the final episode for this particular character, we are looking hopefully at getting to level 70. At least that is the plan. Now I have finished more or less all the quests in Zangarmarsh, and basically what I've done off camera is I've just basically done random runs in dungeons and just had a bit of fun, just doing dungeons, really nothing too important. But I've also done some quests here in Terokkar Forest. Again, not too many quests in Terokkar. I spent most of my time in dungeons and just trying to kind of get some gear. At least that was the logic behind it. But I have pulled another level, as you're about to see, and I'm quite close to level 70. As a matter of fact, there's hold on a bit. Let me just have a look. So I've just done this particular area here that I've kind of completed. We still have the rest of Zangarmarsh, and there's quite a bit to go through, to be honest. So we got 5 bars to go before we actually get to level 70. I am going to continue questing off camera. I do need to build up my gold, and that's for a couple of reasons. I might end up at the end just more or less basically having to spend money to level up my professions. That is one of the things I need to do. Now I've also been leveling up my professions off camera, so whilst I've been editing videos and stuff like that, and when I do feel like I fall behind, one of the things I'll do is just go and level up some part of my professions, just to try and catch up. Obviously with the Death Knight you do tend to basically have to do that, so I've also been doing that. Still have a bit of going to do, so I might do and finish it off once we get to 70. And the idea is to be ready for Northrend with all professions fully leveled up. I'm not so sure about blacksmithing. That is one of the things that I do have some concerns about. I don't know if I'll be ready for it. We'll see. If not, I'll just splash money at it and try and get it done that way. But I am going into Northrend with my professions fully leveled up. Apparently there's something here that we need to interact with. I'm not quite sure how or where it is. See right there, this is what we need, an eye. Now normally in the past those eyes look like an orb, and I'm not seeing anything. Maybe it was here and someone did interact with it and then it disappeared, and maybe that's the logic that happened here. What I'm also trying to do here in Zangarmarsh, that's the other thing I'm keeping an eye on, is trying to build my reputation with Lower City. That should give us the key to the heroic dungeons in this zone, which would be very helpful. I still have some time, so I can try and run some heroics. I'm not going to do too many of them though. I'm going to focus more on getting gold and leveling up professions and trying to get gold. Basically we're going to need a lot of gold in Northrend, and at least 2,000 gold will be needed. One for the flight skill, or I think it's cold weather flying, I believe it's called, and then another 1,000 gold for dual specking. I definitely want to dual spec pretty much all of my characters. It is going to be a very useful thing to have. That is my opinion. I've always thought that dual specking is really useful, and it does allow us to change roles. See, that's what I thought the eye looks like. Now because I am high level, it seems like I've managed to do this without actually aggroing these dudes, which is nice. Even if I would have aggroed them, still there is their feathers that are quite beneficial to us in terms of the reputation grind. Another thing I'll do once, you know, I max out in Northrend is come back to Outland and do the rep grind. Definitely want to get my reputation up with these guys. They do have different things that I am interested in, whether it is mounts, pets, whatever. But the only way that is going to be achievable is, of course, with on and through rep grind. They also do have some recipes which I might potentially pick up, although they'll be out of date. But I can craft stuff and then send them to other characters that I may potentially level up at some point in the future. At least that is the logic behind it. And luckily we managed to complete or do this quest without too much of a headache. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, and if you've done Outlands, you'll know that there is a handful of quests in this area, but honestly it's not that many. It's not enough to actually, I mean, you get a decent amount of XP, don't get me wrong, but yeah, like I said, I think I've done quite a few dungeons as well. I wouldn't remember which ones I've done. Basically Hellfire, so that's one that I did. I've also done the ones here. That's one of the ones I focus on, just trying to get familiar with it and trying to get gear out of it. To be honest though, I'm not really lucky at the moment with getting gear from dungeons. So I didn't really get much of anything that is interesting, to be honest. And one of the ones I found a bit more challenging, I suppose probably because I didn't know it too well, was Shadow Labyrinth. So that's the one that I did struggle with it. Now I did tank it, and of course the other players that I did it with were actually hitting pretty hard. Now, it didn't help the fact that I didn't know the dungeon and how to manage the mobs and stuff. Alright, well, we got 4 of these peons. There we go. And another thing I'm going to do, so once, I don't think I'll be able to do it here. I don't know if I'll even get close to actually starting it off. I'll work towards it, but I don't know. I definitely want to do the Netherwing reputation grind, just because I've always done it and I quite like that reputation grind. If there's a reputation grind that I enjoyed, it was always the Netherwing one. There are some very interesting quests in there, as well as there's like a little cave type of thing where you run about looking for Ravager eggs. I think it's Ravager eggs, or is it Drake eggs? Anyway, after so many eggs, you can turn them in for reputation, and once we're high enough level, we should be able to run that really quickly and get that reputation up really quickly as well, which of course then will unlock our Netherwing, Nether Drakes. No, not Netherwings, Nether Drakes. They are nice. They are really weird looking. I think they have a dopey face, but they're nice to have. Yeah, get back here. So yeah, I've been off the game about a day and a half, so more than 24 hours, more like 30 hours. And so that's how we built up this much rested XP. I think that basically we're gonna burst, if that makes sense. At least that's what I like to call it. It's when the rested XP will last us till the end, plus, you know, it would have taken us into the next level, if that makes sense. But there isn't a next level to level up, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see if I'm right or not. But I feel like the amount of rested that we have will definitely be a burst there. We'll see. I do like at least this section of Terracar Forest. I don't know why. It's meant to feel a bit dark, but I actually quite like it. Okay, well, that is us getting closer to completing this quest. This guy hits pretty fast with his one-handed weapons. He actually hurts a little bit. I mean, we heal just as fast as he damages us, so I think I'm not going to go too deep in here. So we're just going to stick on the outskirts here where we get the peons, and just keep on farming on these dudes. And luckily, we don't have too much more to do here. So there we go. There's one more of these peons. Try and grab him. I don't really like being in a corner there just because of the weird camera angle. That is it. 12 of 12. Okay. So we'll go to the camp that gave us this quest. We will hand it in, get the next one. I believe in the next one I'll have to go in as, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember it correctly. Or is it this one or not this one? I don't think it's this one. I feel like it's not this one. It's a similar one with orcs, where we get a disguise.
What brings you here?
But I don't think it's this one. No, it's not this one, is it? No, this one is just go in and kill them. It's just as simple as that, which is fine. I do like it when they keep them simple. Try and grab some more of these dudes. And if I can pull this guy, that would be good. There we go. Try and get this one done quickly. We are taking some damage. There we go.
I need a target.
Definitely getting a lot of cloth off of these dudes. Like, honestly, I'm running out of space to store it all.
I'm out of range.
Okay. That'll be just fine. So I'm trying to, like I said, trying to get these guys killed as quickly as possible. Want big groups here because it's just easier that way. And quite honestly, I can actually deal with it. So I do have that perk to it, if that makes sense.
I need to get closer.
Well, I guess we've looted enough gold to get that achievement. Three of 6. I mean, we have gone through this quest mighty quick. At least that's what it feels like. I'm always comparing items here just to make sure that we have the latest and greatest. I do need to change out my rings. My rings are a bit, well, they're 60.
It's too far away.
Okay, we don't need too many more of these guys. Now, if I remember correctly, I do also need to go in here. Now, when I did this with the Paladin, I thought it was a bit challenging. Oh, look at that. Quite a few things to kill. Might as well aggro them all. And hopefully I don't make a mistake here. That's one of the concerns. I really hate it when casters run away. But I do have Strangulate, which is actually quite a good skill. It stops the casters from being able to cast their abilities. And because they are quite far, or they like distance, they like space, they can't cast at a distance, so they have to come close to me and use their melee attacks. Did have a random hiccup there. Quickly loot this and grab this. That is another quest. And get out of here. And that is the quest complete here. Basically, we've got about 3 quests to hand in. So we'll go and turn these in and see how much XP we get for it. We are almost at 3 bars. 3 and a third. And it is looking promising here. We actually have quite a few quests, actually. Yeah, we have 3 at least to hand in. 2 possibly here, maybe 1 at the fort or whatever it is. Yeah, there's 2 here. That's fine.
I'm listening.
Oh, hello. Alright, so obviously there's nothing I can use. They seem to be roughly about the same price tag, so there we go. Okay. Gonna have to go towards the keep. Hand that one in. I'm guessing that will probably send us back to this camp. It's one of those quests that has us going backwards and forwards, I think. It's what it is. I mean, this is what we have left in the zone to do, so might as well just get on with it. There we go. Let's talk to you.
Hey there.
Or maybe not. Maybe I was wrong. Huh. Who knew? I'm sure they sent me into that little Blood Elf village. Don't understand why I didn't go this time, but hey ho, I'm not complaining. So we have 2 more bars and then we will be level 70. That is going to be quite cool. Once I get to level 70, with the current Wrath of the Lich King event, I will go and farm some of those necropolises that spawn in the... Okay, we need the buzzards here. Yeah, the necropolises that spawn in the undead. They do drop some epics, so I'm sure that'll make a difference to my stats. I was looking at them with the paladin and stuff, and they do look pretty interesting. There's actually quite a bit of a variety to pick from, to be honest. Alright, try and get that guy if I can. There we go. Get all these bone lashers. Okay, we need 20 bone lashers. That's a decent number there. It is nice when you get them grouped together and you can kill quite a few of them. And here we go. We have some buzzard meat that we can cook up. Yeah, I was looking to see if there are any bone lashers nearby, but no, we just have these two. Hey, what did I kill? Poor little creature. I can't control where that one goes. It goes where it goes. Yep. Six of 20. We get some feathers off of them. That's always useful. I reckon if I get plenty of feathers, I could probably build myself a wingsuit and, I don't know, fly around. Got 2 of them here. 3. Maybe I can pull these 2. If I can get there.
I need to get closer.
That's it. And pull this one. Can I get it? There we go. That'll do just fine. Okay. So we're halfway there. Let's go and grab this bone lasher, this one as well, and there's one right there. So now we need to find some more bone lashers. That's the thing. It's getting a bit difficult. They're kind of spread out. I mean, we could still do it. I'd just like to more or less kind of fight them in big groups. But they are a bit scattered about. So yeah, somebody told me that the basic flight skill was not as good as it is now, in the sense of you flew quite significantly slower. poor druid, having to take them one at a time. I really do like being able to quest quickly. Well, these guys have healed. It's a good thing a blood boil kills the little bugs. We do have quite a few of them to get rid of. Okay, we got some of these infested root walkers, as they're called. Hopefully this will be enough to complete this bit of a quest. And whilst I'm doing this, it should give me enough time for the lashers to respawn back. At least that is the hope. Wow, that blood boil does come in handy. Okay, we have completed it. There we go. We are very, 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 very close to that 70. I can smell it. I can taste it. I can feel it. It'll be so wonderful. Right. We have... I mean, they're kind of far in between each other. Get that. Can we get that one? I mean, that might be a bit far, you know. There we go. Ah, see, I thought I was going to lose one, but then I saw it fly back towards me, then I just flew away. So just as it flew towards me, I thought, oh good, I still have 3 on my back. Nope. That wasn't the case, was it? It's just because they're that much, that far spread in between each other. I can definitely use the buzzard meat. I can cook it up. And I know I talked about the zone I was in Terracar first, about liking the quest there. To be honest, I actually like this area as well. It's a bit dark, but I kind of like the types of quests that we have there. No, get back here. Oh, Lord. Right, I'm going to have to deal with these 3. I was going to be greedy and try and get the other one that flew away initially, but clearly that's not the way the game wants me to do it. So we are going to work with what we have. There we go. I'll get this single bone lasher here now. And I just need 1 single bone lasher to complete this quest, which is this one right here. He is the lucky one. And with that said, basically, I just have 1 bar left until we get that level. Let's see if I was right with the rested, in the sense of if we were to have had another level, we would have basically carried it on into the next level. So I'm hoping that these 2 quests will take me to full level. very likely. I know that this one's back at that fort. So we'll see what the score is there after we hand that one in. Okay, this is the Orc Camp. We definitely don't want to go there. Ooh, hello. So that's one of the tailoring mounts. Nice little hoardy dude here. Just let them know that we're here. So, yeah, there you are. Let's see. Is it going to be?
What brings you here?
Oh, so close. But I was right. I was actually quite right. So we would still have had some rested XP into the next level if that was the case. In other words, we've bursted it. That's my logic behind it. Probably doesn't make a lot of sense to some people, but that's just the way I look at it. It's just a little way of entertaining myself, if I'm honest. Let's sell some junk to you. Just trying to make decisions here on what to keep and what to sell. Obviously, one of the key important things is... I mean, we built up some decent gold. Bearing in mind, we were broke. So, I am happy with what has been achieved so far. Gonna quickly finish off this this leveling up session. Said that, how much more do I need? I'm quite curious in terms of XP. Might need to kill a couple of trash NPCs, trash mobs, and I said that though. Think we have a quest that we can hand in Shatrath. So maybe the XP off of it should get us to 70. If that's the case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break from questing and then basically just go into the zones that are being attacked by the necropolises and farm some undead there. Just do it for the funsies, really. And obviously, I know that there are rare elites there that drop epic gear. There's also bosses like what do you call them? Like shadow shade type bosses. They also drop another part of that set and two other parts. So I think the gloves and shoulders can be obtained from the Argent Dawn merchant in Stormwind. So basically, I reckon in a couple of hours I'll have at least two sets of epic armor to replace everything with, which would definitely make a significant difference in my overall performance, both damage and tank. So definitely want to go and pick those up. Let's go and find where the quest is that I need to hand in and see if we get that level. Okay. I know now where to fly. I reckon we should be able to level up here. I don't see why this quest would not give us enough XP to get to the next level. Well, to get to 70, really. Oh, right, I have to choose. I'll go for the health potion then. And there we are, level 70. Don't know why I still have what looks like an XP bar. that is, well, interesting. I'm sure we're not supposed to level up any further than 70 yet. I don't honestly know what's going on. I'm telling you right now, this has got me well confused. I'm sure that everybody, I mean max level at the moment, until Wrath of the Lich King is officially launched, is level 70. So why have I got another bar of XP? I don't get it. I suppose I could pick up your quest. What's going on here? The Exodar. Okay.
Go with honor, friend.
Trying to see if there is another place. I mean, we've got some quests that we can turn in. They're a bit out of the way. That XP bar at the bottom is going to do my head in. Anyways, I'm going to head off to fight someone dead. And I think that is pretty much it for this episode, folks. I'm going to set off for Stormwind and then take it from there. Thank you all for joining me on this wonderful journey. I have reached level 70 on the Death Knight. It took a bit of grinding. Now it's time to have a bit of fun with it off camera and do some events and maybe some heroics. Hopefully get into a raid. I don't know. You know, not a lot of time left before the launch of Wrath of the Lich King, so we'll see what I can get done with it. I'm also glad, on that note, that we don't have the Undead Plague coming into Stormwind City. It was fun at first, but it was quickly one of those events that was quite tiring and frustrating, especially when you were trying to do your stuff here. So yeah, these are the things I can potentially get my hands on. We do have some stones. I can definitely pick some things up right now. So yeah, okay, so I was wrong. Gloves and shoulders we get from here. Chest and legs we get from fighting them. So we've already got 2 epics as well. So we got to see this too. I did fight them off camera and do some fights with the undead in the event zones for the fun of it, really. Not that I was expecting anything. I was kind of hoping, to be honest, to get the plate legs, but that never happened. But now I can definitely farm it, so I definitely am halfway there. So that much easier for me. We can grab that as well, why not? And yeah, that's the plan for now. Just have a bit of fun. Let's quickly equip these so you guys can see them. There we go. Beautiful. I love these shoulders. I really do. Anyways, that is it for now. Thank you all for joining me. And don't forget to hit that like button, share, comment, and subscribe. And of course, as always, until next time, stay safe, folks.